Greetings and welcome, my friends. Hambbage here. Go Buffs. You guys, put my thumb over it. Go Buffs. Go Buffs. I got T-shirt. I got all that, which is surprising. I was like, you know what? I feel kind of good. I think it's because my heat is just cranking because it is. It's climbed up to a balmy 6 degrees Fahrenheit right now, and yeah, a little chilly. We got a bit of snow, but because it's so cold, the dusting looks pretty impressive. It's all kind of foggy and overcast out. This is supposed to be our chilly day, I believe, of the week, and a little bit more snow. By Thursday, stuff's going to start warming back up again. So there you have it. That's what we got going on. I got some. I dove in early. I was thinking about chilling for a while. Was hanging out over with Sayo. Playing some Minecraft. Got to say hi to some friends in his chat. Always fun. If you want to make friends in my chat, say hello. Come on in and join us. So yeah, we're a little ahead of the curve today. We're gonna have our ad and everything, and I figured I'd just jump the gun on 9 a.m. a bit and see where we go. We'll do 4, barring any technical disasters or anything like that, or aliens coming and taking over the planet or something. I mean, again, this is Crawler Hambbage of the Dungeon Crawler Carl fame, and of course, in his universe, Earth got flattened at 2 a.m. on a cold night. You never know. Take every moment for the best that it is, the gift that it is, and try to do something positive with it. We're gonna have a positive, fun time hanging out here, and hope you guys enjoy. Ad is quickly approaching. We'll load up the world once we get back from that and get going. But yeah, the teaser tweet went out that I have a couple ideas, but I don't know exactly where all this is going to take us. We're going to stay kind of close to the base though, because I want to cook sand, or cook sandstone, I should say, and get a good supply. And I think at least a part of today may be spent seeing how far we can get on building up this base, see how it works, if it's as good as I hope it will be. So that's the plan, and we'll push from there and see what else we can get going. But yeah, starting off, hanging out around the base. We're not going to be building immediately because we're still getting some supplies together. But there's a number of things we could do around there. My thoughts are enclosing the sheep and chickens up on top of our bluff so that we can start breeding and feeding them, and particularly the chickens start getting some feathers for more arrows. And we've got that big gorge, the quarry, potentially for the reason for our village to be there. Not to mention just the kind of overlook of the bend in the river. I don't know. We're gonna have a lot of fun though. We'll talk about all that when we're out in the world. The other kind of in the vicinity project I want to do, we discovered those gold mines over on the opposite side of the Mesa Bluff, immediately opposite our house. So we may push under that and see what caves and stuff we can counter, what all that looks like. See if we can get over to more mine carts and chests and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, if you're still hearing this, I appreciate you. That means you're hanging out through the ads, or the ads are broken and not running. But I am going to step away for just a second, get everything set up on my end, and we'll be right back and dive in. Get ready, get some snacks, get comfy, cozy. We're going to go hard. Be right back. All right, I'm back. I don't know how many of you are. Still got a good chunk of the ad break left, but let's get this world loading back up. Again, Crawler Hambbage. And while it's loading here, last night, instead of doing anything in Minecraft, I finished the third book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. Very good. That one I thought had a slow build, and it was I don't know. I loved it. I love the concept. I won't ruin too much of the whole series, but basically it's a roguelike dungeon crawler lit RPG book series. So you're they're kind of in a roguelike scenario where they've got to complete levels of dungeons, quote unquote, and it expands from there. But Book 3 deals with the fourth level of the dungeon. The first two levels are in the first book, and then as things kind of expand or get more complex, you go down to just a single level. So the crew found themselves in one that had a lot to do with trains. I'll just leave it there and say that it took a little bit, I think, for the world building part of that level to really get everything set. I didn't really catch the humor as much. Like book one, it had me laughing my butt off, and it's my childish, off-color sense of some humor stuff. It's not going to be for everybody. It is 18 plus, but it's really. I'm such a big fan. I kind of wish I discovered it sooner, but I kind of I when I was first discovering lit RPG, I kind of looked at it and was like, I don't know, it. The description is Carl and his cat, well, not his show cat, his girlfriend, ex girlfriendish show cat, Princess Donut, run around in these dungeons, and I'm like, I don't know. It says it's totally humorous and all that, but is it the cat people kind of humor? Which I don't even know what that means really. But I'm a dog guy, and I'm like, I don't. This is gonna be crazy. No, it is so good. And if you got that slightly high tolerance for slightly off color and a little racy humor, and a lot of violence. If you don't want a lot of violence, don't go into lit RPG. But if you're already in the market, check it out. So worth it. Book 3 was great. I did last night as I was going to bed. I did start on book 4, but I haven't gotten very far at all. So not enough there. But I'm absolutely loving the series. Really, really good. Highly recommend. All right. Welcome in everybody. Let's get out of the inventory here. So, for anyone who hasn't been around before, this is our world. We did name this in honor of Dungeon Crawler Carl, but it's Crawler Hambbage. And we got a few things going on. First off, if we have a member of the chat, Nate Domi, who is an outstanding streamer in his own right, who redeemed a name a pet, and we only have one pet. It's this blue parrot. So we have a name tag ready, but I'm not going to name the pet if Nate's not around. So Nate, if you get here or when you drop by, we will definitely drop that name tag, have a little fun. We've obviously got nighttime coming in. Let's sleep, and then I'll kind of give the tour, because we're gonna walk around here. I'm not gonna give the tour of the world, which is outstanding. Always I find things to love about worlds, but there are some that hit me more than others. Some of you guys may recall we just when we'd had a recent-ish death, we went ahead and deleted Verdant Vista, which was a world I was playing on stream, but I couldn't get into it. I didn't love it. This one, absolutely in love with. I love this spot. But I love the larger world in general and what it means. So we had spawned. Our spawn is that way, and a good little distance. But we spawned, followed through a few villages, just surviving. Found a village on this river and built a boat and sailed down here. And it's not a terrible long boat ride from that village. Got another village up here that we have visited. But as I was coming around, I love the mesa biomes. I think they are beautiful and amazing. I'm in Colorado, which isn't exactly this kind of territory, but we're real close to the American Southwest, and I love camping and road tripping and all that kind of stuff. Used to take my truck more off-road in some of those places like Moab and all that, but nowadays I turn to the Grumpy Trucker 7, who, if you haven't checked out, is a fantastic streamer as well, a U.S.-based truck driver who his route goes from Salt Lake City, Utah, down to California most times. And so you get to see a lot of this type of country on his drives. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. And I love that it's a part of the game. So we came around this bend. I saw that we had all this, and I was like, ooh, what's this? And I parked and climbed up here, and then I was like, oh my God, the river goes right around it. It's this huge lifted up bend in the river. And immediately my mind kind of goes to some of the like German Rhine castles and stuff like that. I'm fortunate enough as a kid to go over with my parents and see some of those river cities and the fortifications and power bases and stuff that were built in places like that. So that immediately we kind of like, all right, that's kind of gonna be the theme here. And so as a starting point, obviously can't instantly have a hill fort / castle, however it really ends up, and associated town on the first day. So we made a camp over there, and then I started to build it. And one of the things that any of those types of areas would need would be a place where river traffic, where your goods and all that can arrive. So this is the beginning of what's going to be a tall hillside kind of warehouse, and we're going to use sandstone, smooth sandstone, because it's got to be kind of beefy, right? Anything that would be built here would be a sort of a vulnerability, but the idea is going to be that this will be a tower, and I think our building, kind of our hill height area will probably be around here. Now we may, since most of those hilltop towns and things have some slope within them, some of the roads and things may not be perfectly level. We may want to have a little bit of winding hillside roads and things like that. That's a part of the communities. But when I was a kid, I was amazed and impressed by a place in Minnesota, the United States, called Fort Snelling, and that was the hey, Raviolin, how you doing? Welcome in. I hope you're doing awesome. We were just talking about the base a little bit because we're going to work in this area today. But yeah, as a kid, I was very impressed. I grew up very close to Fort Snelling, so I visited a lot as a kid on school trips and as a scout and all that kind of stuff, just family and friends from out of town or whatever. You'd go see the old historic fort. And it's built into a bluff that, unlike this one, where it's in a bend in a single river, it was at the joining of the Minnesota and Mississippi rivers and sat high up on a bluff kind of like this. And in the fort, they had, I believe it was 6 stories. I can't remember the exact details, but they had this warehouse and, or kind of, it was that was a 1800s fort. Kind of built atop a big limestone rock bluff, and so the structure itself was kind of cut into like this, and then built up, not with sandstone, but with limestone, and they could take goods from the rivers that they could bring up from St. Louis or wherever they were coming from. Unload them, and I don't think they had a little boat parking inside, but they could bring the goods in there, and then they had these elaborate pulley rope systems, hawsers and all that, to bring all the goods up to the fort that was built up at the top of the hill. So we're not going to try to replicate real life or anything like that. It's more fun to be imaginative and creative. What's the name of it again? The fort? It is called Fort Snelling, Snelling, and it was I don't know that you're gonna find a lot on the. I don't even remember what they called that particular building. But if you look at a plan, if you can find like a plan, here, let's take a look. Hang on, I'll try to do you one better. Let's escape this so we don't crash. I know we want to get into it, but it could be a long, it could be a long day of Minecrafting. We'll see. So I'm gonna go Fort Snelling plan. Oh, I didn't turn on the display yet, did I? Display back here. All right, so the Historical Society's got stuff AI wants to grab on. Here, let's start from here. So here's the Mississippi River. This is kind of right between Minneapolis and St. Paul. Can I? All right, we'll pull out just a little bit. This is the Minneapolis-St. Paul area of Minnesota. And both Minneapolis and St. Paul grew up on the because of the Mississippi River, right? The United States was expanding. There's a lot of history, both good and bad, through the fort. A lot of initial good relations with the native populations, and then a lot of really bad stuff later. Later into its existence. When there was more violence and effectively not in the fort itself here in the picture, but in the riverbanks, bluffs down below. Here we can zoom back in here a little bit. Down here, I think it was in this little blurb, but this is where there was kind of a concentration camp of refugee and captured Native Americans who had been a part of what they, at the time they termed an uprising. But it was kind of, it was tragic collisions of forces of both sides. Of course, European expansion, American expansion into native lands, and just the conflict of concepts. But we're not going to dive too much into all the generational differences. But now the last time I visited, which was just last fall, when I was back home for a visit, my my morning before I flew out allowed me to just pop in there and quickly walk in and tour it around a little bit. So anyway, it sits on this bluff, and you've got the Minnesota River here, which has got a couple little cuts, and the Mississippi obviously is the much larger of the two, and this doesn't have any labeling on it, unfortunately. I think it's this, and if you look here, you can kind of see it drops away. So this little tower here is that tower in the picture. I apologize if this is tough to follow, but this is the tower, and then it's this building which sat right here, and you can't necessarily see it. Let's see if we can. Can I satellite view it? Layers. Well, there it is. The bluff is a gray shape in the terrain. Oh. Well, we can get a street view. All right, so now you are in the main parade ground. You can't even turn all the way around. What the hell? Street view. So we're standing right about there. This is the kind of no, it's not the school. It's the trading post and a couple of sample like the doctor medical facility and something else. And these have kind of been reconstructed for the most part. I think there's only 2 originals at this point. But I remember like right along here is where you go in, and they've got used to have stuff for sale. Now it's all in the visitor center. But as a little kid, you'd come in here, and they had the little post supply store open, and you could buy rock candy and all that kind of stuff there. This building, I think, is set up as the reconstructed soldiers' barracks. And you go in and you see the stacked bunk beds and all that, and they always ask the kids, so how many people do you think sat in this room? And there's like 3 beds, and so they'd say like 6 people, right? One on each bed, and they're like, no, no, no. This was set up for I guess a 24 people in these 3 beds, and it was basically like they had to sleep in the same top bunk. You'd have 2 people, one with a head at one end and one head at the other, and switch them off, and then they would kind of hot rack the bunks. They were always rotating through. It was a very condensed living. This was the commandant's house, and it was where whoever was in command of the fort lived, and where the officers would come in, and visiting dignitaries and stuff would all stay. Most of this was closed when I was there. I got to go into that one and that one, and again, I've been through all these in the past as a kid. I believe this was the officers' quarters, so they showed the difference of life between the officers and the enlisted men. Although this I think was a pretty favorable place. Of course, it was on the edge of the known world at the time, right? This is established just after Lewis and Clark head out on their expedition, and the they don't know what might come at them, and it was really built while it became instrumental in first of all U.S. and Native American relations, but also had a fundamental role in what would later become some of the famous legal battles of race relations. So lots of stuff came down here, but it was out in the middle of nowhere, and Minnesota winters are harsh, so they had a few things that they really battled with. This one, I think, okay, we can't go all the way around back now. This was like the barracks. There's a gateway right here that goes into the fort. That's the main entrance, and this is kind of the guardhouse and brig. And behind this building, we can't really see it, but running along this wall beyond the gate, here's the gate, were the blacksmith shop and the saddlery and leatherworking and all that kind of stuff. And now we can go all the way around. This the tour guides joked about this one. So this was the school, because officers particularly would bring their families and keep them close and confined here. And back here is kind of the dominating. It doesn't look quite as massive and impressive from this side, but this was the big round tower, which is the largest structure and fully original. It when the rest of the fort had fallen into disrepair, it was still standing. But this guy right in front of it was the powder magazine. You see, there's no windows or anything in it. It's a really, really thick stone building where they kept all the gunpowder. And the tour guides always laugh and say, yeah, it was a really dangerous place. They had all these regulations to try to ensure that it never blew up, and it, of course, didn't. But like of all the buildings they put next to it, it was the school and whatever this one was over to the other side. So, yeah, pretty cool. All right, now can I get a better? If we go, I don't want to be in the maps anymore. There. All right. Images. I'll see. Okay, this could be. The ebook. Oh, look at this! I had no idea. This is in Project Gutenberg. The ebook of Old Fort Snelling. This is amazing. Now I gotta go try to find that picture though. Oh well, here it kind of shows. Let me get my bearings here. But I'm pretty sure this. No, because this is the Commandant. So we're looking from kind of the north. This would be the Mississippi River going along here. And this was these were these shops and stuff, and then this was the barracks, and that's the commandant's house, I believe. But it's this kind of an effect. Dude, this is awesome. Oh my god, I've just lost so much time. I will try not to turn this whole stream into reading an ebook. This is what I was hoping to. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so the store was the little building. Here's the magazine. Here's the tower, the well pump. They call this a chapel, but it was advertised as the schoolhouse. Maybe it was dual function. Oh, and these were both barracks. I think they converted this a little bit. Commandant's quarters and the lookout. But it was this commissary and storehouse that is right on the bluff. That was the deal. And it had these crank things. We'll see. How do I get? Oh god. No, just go back to the book. Okay, good. Let's see if there's any more pictures. Dude, I'm so reading this. I may have already. I did do a little bit of research for a big college paper, actually at their old library, and I talked to the tour guides when I was there last fall. I said, yeah, this place is kind of special to me. When I'd been in school back in the 90s, I came here and used the little Fort Snelling library to access some historical documents on the paper I was writing. She said, "Oh well, it didn't make sense for us to keep that going because it was too small. There was no use for it, so we consolidated all of the materials into the U.S. Historical Society library. Here, this is, and this kind of gives you an idea as well. Come on, just give me the big picture. Is that as big as we can get with this picture? So I guess they didn't go all the way down to the river, if I'm reading this right. And of course, all this is forested now, so as you go visit it, you can't just get to the bottom of the deal. But they would unload, come up here, and then this is where the supplies would come in, and they'd hoist them all up for storage. So, sorry for all the chat I missed. Let's see a Wikipedia page. There you go. Yeah, lots of good stuff. So, anyway, this is the bit, and it's totally out of time context for what I'm thinking for our river bluff. But we're taking this and basically moving it over towards the water more, or if you will, the water is coming tighter on this side. And we'll have this kind of a warehouse supply, and we're going to build in early game storage throughout all these pieces. So with that all being said and done, let's get back to the game. This was a fun diversion. Thanks, Raviola. You're always good. Oh, you know what? Nah, it's fine. We're off Google Maps. I was going to show you guys the ski hill and stuff where I grew up, because I always talk about skiing in here too. Anyway, back here. I know. I'm such a sucker for it, Raviola, and you obviously know that. You've been around long enough. And I'm prone to a good diversion. So we're going to build this up, and what I'm thinking from here, initially at least, subject to a lot of change, is I think we're going to do the hoisting bit in this side. And again, we're going to have double walls. So there's going to be outer walls that are going to be the red and white smooth sandstone. And we'll have very limited windows, right? Because it's kind of an area you'd want to have somewhat protected. So more castle-y in that sense. But we'll go up a level. And then I want to have wood on the inside, and we'll probably do some support beams and all that, because ideally, we're representing that this is really heavy. But we're going to come up a level and have a wood, just open, exposed floors and beams and rafters and all that. But I think we'll leave this bit open, although it could be this. I think this might make more sense. No, yeah, maybe. If we lift this hillside up, then the supplies could come out over here. If we wanted it, obviously, if we wanted the building closest to the natural hill, we'd bring the supplies up here and could bring them out. And maybe we will do that. Maybe we'll make kind of this whole square open. And I'm thinking with chain and barrels and that kind of stuff, we could kind of make it look like an active site. But we'll have multiple levels coming up here, and at each level, we'll then have more places to kind of arrange storage for our items in the game. And in the spirit of the build itself, I think maybe ladders between here, which in theory, if this became under assault, all they have to do is pull the ladders and shut this. Obviously, it would be subject to causing some real trouble, right? Somebody could break in here that wanted to do damage and burn it all, but fortunately, our zombie and skelly enemies haven't figured that out. So that's kind of what we're getting in gear for. And while we're talking about this, I should be cooking more sandstone. But we've also got these chucks, chicken ducks, and we've got sheep. And I'm not going to make big farms here, I said, but I would maybe like to make a couple little pens, and particularly for the chickens, be able to turn them over with all of the other food stuff we've accumulated. So that's the overview. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That's what we're going to be kind of working towards today. Now, we have nothing cooking, and over here, that's the sand. That's the dirt. We've got some sandstone. This is just regular sandstone. We've pulled these out of desert temples, so they're more decorative. But what we want to do is turn these into smooth sandstone, which in a mechanical sense for the Minecraft world has a higher durability. So if we have an incident with a creeper right here, if it's regular sandstone, it may take out a massive hole. If it's this smooth sandstone, a few blocks will still be broken, but not as many. So these are the supplies we have so far. Not going to get us too terribly far in the building phase, but it will keep us going. So I think we've got a lot of coal now. Wrong box. I think let's get a couple more of these going for now. I'm just going to put them right here and here. Hey! Speaking of which, we're not going to do it in the rain, that's for sure. Get these ready. Nate, how you doing, my friend? We're working around here for a bit. And yes, sir. Got something for you. All right, where did I put it? Is it in here? There it is. Nate, we found it for you. I don't know if you were off doing other things, but I want to make sure you were here. So as you are attending, let's stop turning your head to look at me. I want to see your cool feather. There you go. Joey! Is it F4? Oh, F2. There we go. Got you a screenshot of Joey the blue parrot bird. Tropical bird. I don't know. What's a blue one? There you go, man. Nice redemption. Okay, now, where were we? Oh, we just made two more things to cook more stone. And we'll maybe try to get these in sync a bit, and then go off a little ways while they're cooking. I don't think we've already cooked 37 in this one. Okay, now those are basically all on the same time scale. Drop these guys in. And maybe we... At some point, we're going to have to go get more red. Because I do think red is the main color I want to use. But let's start... maybe roughing this out a bit. So I think... You don't use a pickaxe to dig in the dirt, but sometimes you gotta. So I do think these two entries will probably stick out a bit, but I don't know how much I want to do on that. I think at least an extra one. Let's come over and get these. Do use golden apples to break dirt. Oop. Don't lose the sugar cane. Okay. Now I'm thinking we're also going to have just a little door over here. We may even push it a bit more. Because we could easily edge this hill back. Actually, we could even have the hill remain and just have this come up. So maybe shift this over to 1. That, and then maybe keep these guys. This is just going to be a little door. Right? So maybe we've got that. And oh no. We're already out? Was that all the weight I had? It's fine. I'll have to be careful here, though. Okay, that should be quite enough for our purposes. And then I think we want... think we'll do the alternating white corner pieces there. So it'd be just a single one here. I don't want to go too tall up so we can't get back up to it real quick, but yeah, that'll be good. And then you kidding me? I don't have any of those either. I know I have. Should probably get some scaffolding ready, I'm guessing. Because I think we're going to need it. Go through a door. Hey, Joey. How you doing? Hey, Sayo. How you doing? I was awesome hanging out in your stream today. That was fantastic. I think you got it. You can watch a lot of my old videos on how not to do things. I got a lot of deaths. All right, what we are doing, I haven't. Do I still have an iron sword on me? I don't. All right, this is a little cluster. We're gonna do a little building today. In part, we're not just gonna build, but we're gonna try to get an idea on our little warehouse here. For anybody joining along the way who's curious, when this loads onto YouTube, or if you want to check out the VOD after we're all done, I just did a little lookup on the fort I grew up near, historical fort that kind of had a building that I'm inspiring this off of a little bit. Sorry. This is here. I need to unload. I don't need cobble at the moment. And I probably don't need a bundle carrying around. So let's put that in the boat. Give us a little bit more room back. Nice! Oh, I'm sorry I missed that, dude. I was having a book night. I was reading up Dungeon Crawler Carl Book 3. I still don't get the sword. Dang it. Also, I don't really... Here, let's... We're not going to keep that. We might keep some of this, but I don't think I want to keep that. And then... dirt can go away. This regular sand can go away. I'll put you in there for now. Stone off. And I definitely don't need this terracotta. Alright. Now let's get an iron sword, and then let's go chop all our bamboos down. Yeah, it looked like, were you playing on a console, like a PlayStation or an Xbox or something? That's kind of what it looked like. I love your translation in chat, by the way. That is so awesome for bringing communities together. Very, very, very cool. All right. I think this will be enough to get us started. Full stack. And I'm going to make this, oh, I need string. Probably doesn't need much more than that. $42. Sleep. Yeah, so Sawyer was streaming streaming Minecraft, and I saw him jumped in this morning, and it was clearly a first night. He's doing all my stuff. He's got a little base, and I'm just watching, but he's got stone and wood pickaxes and digging a stairway down. I'm like, oh, this is textbook. He got it all figured out. And then he turned around and a skeleton jumped in because the front of the base wasn't sealed off, and I he killed it, and I was like, oh my gosh, all right, make me look bad, why don't you? I'm kidding. Uh, so I went over to get some coffee, and the next thing I know, did I have that sword there the whole time? How am I that blind? I come back and he's punching a tree again, and I'm like, what? What just happened? You survived the skeleton? Nope. Well, something else got him, and then he stepped into a lake of lava. That didn't look real good, but we all got to learn these lessons. Lava is hot, so we don't judge. And I hope you had fun. That's the main part, always, right? Have fun. Okay, so eventually this is going to be our inner wall, and we'll have to move this back. But this will give us access to come up and seal in some of these things. So I think what we're going to do is have... I want to make sure I can get off of this first. If I build this up. So this would be a here. And then these. And then this. And then these. Oh, now which I just forgot. Okay, so then it's to this side. I don't know, that may space it out too much. Wait, was that... I'm good at Ow! Dang it, I fell off the scaffolding. Let's take the boat. I was kind of trying to get that like Victorian manor house, the alternating bricks, but I guess I could just do the alternating. That looks too spaced out. Just kind of weird. So I think instead of the double, we'll just alternate them between. That. Was there any on the other side? Yeah. Well, that's awesome. You have all of it to look forward to. I am not poking fun, dude. Trust me, at all. A little, but in good-natured fun. It's delighted you found the game. I still think that's too much. I think I just want them alternating. So we'll start at the bottom here, and we'll go... Something like that. Oh. Come on. I don't know. Does this extra one just look weird? I wanted to give some more definition to it, but maybe if it was 3. Minecraft, I'm a firm believer in the trial and error. It just looks like a big white block. But we'd have the pattern from the corners, and I'm thinking for our taller stories, we're gonna have just a couple of small like windows of that size, but maybe we block them in white with the rest of this stuff all orange. Let's get all that. Oh wait, these were maybe going to be windows, but I don't think I want windows, particularly down low. This was how we got up, so that gets filled in. Oops. Well, get up there. And then this would be the outer corner here. With this being the outer wall, and we'll kind of expose it as it begins to climb up into view. So is that all the? It's all the white we have right now. Oh, they're all stopped. All right, more sandstone. Put that one away. Here, let's put the dirt. Much of that as we can. Okay. And stone. And sandstone. Alright, now we got lots of weight left. So, did I start with a full... Yeah, I started with full white on the bottom. And the sand may remain there. We may never see this, but this would be that outer edge. So, it would be a white, and then... Not that one. Think one more, or you think we're there? I'm also wondering if this, if this is, if maybe I should have changed the order. I kind of need the boat this time. Should get the other boats. Is there a boat in here? Well, we can have a boat outside and a boat inside. I can't. did do that double thing. Alright, so I should have... See if I can alternate this just from here, or reverse it. Alright, so red, white, red, white, red. There. Alright, now those all look the same. And last but not least, we just need to fill this in. Ow, dang it. Come on, get up there. Almost off again. Alright, then maybe a this. And over here, the same thing. And a this. Know what you guys thinking? Hideous mistakes, changes. Oh, that can't be though. You can't have a wall that's sitting on top of dirt. The wall has to go down under the dirt, right? Then we can come over here. There. Now, I may have gone too high. Oh, no, well, that's definitely too high. But I think with the decoration at the bottom, it's kind of a necessity. So I have room to go back. Two more. See, this one's nice and buried. Although, this is now the edge. So, that's going to be a white. Oh, now we need... we need to start figuring out our internal floors. We got to do this inside wall differently, but we're not too worried about that yet. This is just all initial spacing. I always seem to pick up dirt blocks. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would give us an internal height of 4. And I think that's pretty good. So let's pull this in. Pop that back out, because remember, we got to have a wall. And then we were just talking about maybe this would be the hoisting area, and we'd have ceiling or a floor all in here. So see how that works. Then, and this is going to be one of the few places where I don't do double thick ceiling floor sandwiches, right? When we build houses and stuff like that, we try to make it so that the ceiling, what you look up at, is different blocks from the floor that you're going to stand on in the level above. And if you really want to get fancy, then you got to put a whole nother layer in between, which is for recessed lighting and stuff like that. But we're certainly not going to do that here because I want all these to be open, right? We're going to have the thing in between, and it's all going to be kind of functional, but it's also going to make us an early lot of storage, which will be good. All right, so then this is going to become what would be the corner, right? So that. And then these guys just keep coming up, but I don't want to get too far ahead over there. But now this can be a whole red row. Man, it would be really nice if we could get up to the second floor level. I should have left that. Well, I guess that tells me something already about how elevated we are. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3. This is going to be a red. We already have an ad. I guess we did go check out web pages for a while. This is going to be a double white. And then a red. So now I've just got to fill this. And I would go shooting right off the back, but one thing, I don't think we're too far from the dirt hill there. All right, and then one more. Uh-oh. Well, I know this is going to be here. And then we have what I hope is, if we come across here, that's how the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think instead of fancy decorated windows or anything like that, we're gonna do a extra white row at the level. Connect. Oh. Easy. And that's where we run out, so we'll have to resume from that side. All right, we are into the ad. Let's pause it. If you haven't, go hydrate, stretch yourselves out a little bit. I'm going to step away for just a second, and we'll be right back for you guys. Oh, all right, we're back. Put little red lines around my video section. Oh, we're not back. You guys may not be back. I'm back. YouTubers, shout out to you. If you're watching on the YouTubes, I do appreciate you guys. I know it's a long format. It's usually chaotically spaced, but hey, they're out there. You guys can enjoy. If you're watching this to see how this building got built, this is it from the start. So let's start. Oops, I don't want those. It's just going to be very simple in terms of our okay, then we don't need this one anymore. Get us out of the rain finally. Welcome back, all the ad people. Thank you so much for sticking around through all that. I appreciate you. Hope you got a good snack or beverage or something. Got up, moved around a little bit. Get that blood pumping. Speaking of rain, here it is. Also, it feels like night-ish. And no particular placements here. Just want to get something up there before we start spawning monsters over our head. Look at that! Oh, we're sleeping not under a tree or in the rain. Also, while we're working on this, I don't need to eat my good salmon. I can be snacking on bread. Okay, let's get this probably do it quicker from above because there's so many chests and stuff I back into. Alright, so let's start here. Uh-oh. Do I have more dark oak logs? Thank goodness. I was like, we'll use dark oak, one, because it's right over there in the mines, and we do have dark oak forests that we can go harvest from, so Should all be good. Maybe we do something like this. And yeah, I think. See, we're already going to have to start. Oh, well, actually, I don't even want to use those same logs. I think I'll use oak. And let's go here. I've got to leave these. Well, I don't have to leave this one floating. That. Can't have that because otherwise, no chesty. So until we get all this finished and resituated, that stuff's kind of in the weird setup. And we'll need, well, we want one here. Easy there, River. So a post there, and then I think we need... you know what? Can't always have luxury before you're ready for it. So a post there, and then... a post here. And those will run up all the way as well, kind of giving the we're supporting all of this weight with beams, right? And we might actually want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so that's our middle. Something like that as well. This is. We may add in more beams to make it more realistically carry all this load. Kind of wondering, should we do a edge up on the rim here as well? Maybe, actually, I know we want this one down. Like I said, lots of trial and error. You gotta start with an idea and then just keep tweaking it. That's the beauty here. All right, so what if we went... Oh, actually, no. I don't want to do that. I want to do this. I don't know that it'll matter, but make me feel better. If it should ever come to light, we want those beams solid. And then I think we'll have... Oh, damn it. I didn't really think that through. And I have these two because I do think I want to put additional beams in later when this just becomes the warehouse. So pick up up all the goodies before we lose them. All right, now let's get back up there. Get rid of these. And I think we're going to go... I guess it really doesn't matter. Well, it does matter. I was like, yeah, I think I want to do these cross beams across. That was when I was not considering that we were going to have vertical beams in between. I was like, oh, we'll have these be the all the way across, but this is good. And then last but not least, for a little bit of... I can't... I've found this before. It's a weird little thing, but you can't shave the logs without taking off your shield. Gets us some a little bit of variety in the wood. And I think that'll be nice. Someday I may actually change those out to spruce. I kind of like the in-between brown a little bit better, but probably just leave it, honestly, now that we've got it in here. Next up, though, I should really do these up 4. Well, clearly I'm not doing that because I don't have enough. Get a couple. I don't need them now, I don't think, but... Alright, so... Actually, I think I will. Now that I mention it. Let's just do this. Come on. There. Okay, now those beams all extend up through. Let's recover from our drops there. While we're here, we can get some additional lighting. We'll do a couple in the middle here. There. And only one more little bit up there. I don't know how much of it I have. Oh, probably, well, not much. Got kind of a mess going again, don't I? What else do I have in here? Let's put that up for a sec. Should really just go sleep. While we're... Add it. Now we need light down here, too. Good? Nope. Alright. Look at that. Nighttime, and we don't have to immediately be worried about mobs, rain. Anything else? Okay. Next up, let's take the boat and go check on our supply of darkwood fence. What just poofed over there? Oh, there's a creeper right there. Amphibious assault. Ever stand up in your rowboat, by the way? Haha, you hit him moving. Guess it was a zombie. That was the other one over here. Ooh, arrows. Again, now we can start having some mobs overnight because I can be safe from them. Ooh, I think that's got a chance. First distance view. What do you guys think? Did I miss a... Gotta fix that. I missed a white piece there. Also, screwed that up pretty good. Let's get our dark fence. There it is. That's what we needed. Can't pick you up? Can now. Hi, camels. How y'all doing? We got Sandy here somewhere. I guess I can't see their names through the fence stuff. That's weird. Oh, there's Sandy. Sandy. So this is Dusty. He doesn't have a name tag yet because we have Joey instead. And then we got Lukey. All right, we got some fixing to do here. We got to put one more extra white on that top corner. That looks good. And then this one is just a mess. Do this one here. And it is right here. We got to go. You kidding me? I wanted that block. Actually, I wanted enough. I'm going to go. Oh, damn it. Stupid inventory. All right. Bop, bop, bop. Hit this. How do I not have dirt? I always have dirt. That goes in there. I don't think I need any more of these oak logs right at the moment. We're going to go over and try to fix this. I should, I guess I can see it from in here too. So those two matched up, and then it's up here below that one. We got to take that down, put in a white one there, and then a white one here. Got that. All right, so it's a white one here, right? And then a white one there as well. Now I got 3 of these. And they would fill up to there, right? So I need a couple more in here. And then we'll be able to continue this this white broken line. Now I do think a couple of windows just for ventilation and such. And up higher, they'd be less of a threat. But I think we're going to make them just simple. If I try to put white in, there's going to be too much. But maybe a window here. Okay. right above the thing. So then I'll put another one right above that water thing. Oh, I missed. And that's going to be right here and here. Right? And then I might do one more in this part of this wider wall. Which, if I guess I was going to space it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's put the 4 in between and cheat it this way, right? Even though it's a decorative bit, it's kind of. I suppose. How did I not get that? Is there other stuff I'm missing now? Need all these little red pieces. Somehow only got 5. Oh, did I? No, that was already. Oh, there's one. I see it. There should be 6. Okay, now I can take these up. Oh, I should have gone all the way up. Let's get. What's that? 3. Now, again, here I am getting myself right back in trouble again. These 2 are the edge, and then this is the finish of our floor marker for the next floor level up. And do we remember where those other posts were? Can I see them? Well, are they 3 out from this outside? That would have been luckily good. 4. All right, well, that's fine. So here? And did I put one in here? Nope. That was, oh, that's the water one. Yeah, we're going to leave that. Now I need to fill that hole. And then here. Or not. Why are those all cattywampus like that? I could have retained my big bed. Let's double check this and make a decision. Yeah, I kind of like having them out. I don't know why these didn't line up better. But at least for the time being, this outer spot works a lot better, I think. And I can still have a bed. Alright. That'll help my inventory a bit. All this was started by I was coming over to get the fence rails. Let's just balance that on a torch, huh? Get in there. Alright, we got our big bed back. Stretch out, be comfy. Why? I know it's kind of in the way, but I think I can deal with it, can't I? I'm a big Hambbage. I can deal with this. It'll just incentivize us to keep building this base more so I can have a house with a layout I can actually deal with. So every time I get mad, turning around to a chest, just more reason for building. Okay, I've still got these 60 pieces so I can go upstairs and continue putting these on. All of that's lined up now. Hole. And now we've got posts. Alright, there's all that. Right back in my favorite bed. Nothing in the... I was just curious. Do we have extra stuff? So yeah, this one I'll leave for now because chest. I mean, we could hang the two pieces, but we'll get that later. All right, let's go put up our fence rails. And I think on this level, we're going to have fences all the way around here. And maybe like this. And like this. But these are where, at this level at least, if we hoist up the supplies, we won't coming out on this side because we're going to put chests and everything in here, right? Make this an expanded base storage, and we can move some of this up. Maybe rearrange our crafting area a little bit so it fits better with these posts for our immediate future. But yeah, the goods would come in barrels or bundles or whatever, and they get lifted up here, and it'd be great. Let's start on our Of course you're gonna... Oh, this isn't on the wall, though. What I was wanting to do was put this... up like that. Did we lose any pieces outside? They're all just sitting up on the wall. Hopefully we can jump up there. Still. Uh-oh. Woohoo! Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. Maybe time to get the hoodie, get the night's break. Oh, God. I wanted to try out the scaffolding, okay? Alright. So, yeah, that's going to be a problem for the further raising of the wall, but... not for much longer, I don't think. Okay. Now... excuse me. Yeah, I'll even mute. felt the post-sneeze drip. Be right back. All right. Hopefully that's the end of that. So I'm thinking we maybe keep the pattern going. This is going to be a little slow. How are we going to at least go down here? Might as well go. Oops. That's going to be weird on... Nope. No, it's not. I was going to say it's going to be weird on the door, but... Nope. This is one right here. Oh, I missed. Dang it. I even had the marker there to tell me where it was. Alright. Getting close here. 2 more. No. Oh, I do have to do this one closest to that was cutting around. Alright. Here. Okay, that gets our lower level. Wow, speech. Posts done, and now I think we've got. That's not. Oh, all these chimes are way down. The music is low, but it sounds weird. I'm gonna put it. Now they're done. We'll try a 20 until it gets annoying and old. I'll turn it back down. But I was just barely getting the chimey part of whatever that song was. It's like, is it really windy outside? Did my neighbor get a new wind chime they decided to hang on a cold day? Alright, let's drop you off. A little long on planks. How do I get quite so many planks? And we can put the fence away. And the stairs. And all this smooth. Okay, next up, we're going to fill these walls, right? This is kind of real world stuff, right? Ish. We're going to fill these, although maybe not these, but we're going to fill the interior walls with sort of kind of plaster, right? We're going to be using terracotta, and I'm trying to decide between plain white and sorry, maybe the yellow. I want it to be something fairly light because as this gets all sealed in, it's going to be fairly dark. But I am thinking we reinforce this with stone on the interior wall as well. Just because, again, this would be high strength stuff. And I suppose while we're at it, kind of use whatever, but let's use some dirt, and we're gonna fill these corner bits. Because they won't be visible, and I don't want monsters spawning in the corners. Ooh, well, that's a new wrinkle. All right, and watch this. Well, I didn't even stub my toe. All right. So we've got all that squared away. I'm going to use the smooth sandstone here as well around the door. But here, I guess we could go. That looks bad now. Gonna have to fix that. Let's finish this up. I'm starting to feel it's coming along. All right, so those will just frame the doors on the inside. But then I think everything is telling me yellow. And we know where we saw a bunch of yellow yesterday. Oh, here. Ooh. Well, this is a good use for some planks. Make some more sticks and some torches. Oh, I've got OBS. Sorry if anybody's been chatting. I apologize if I missed you. Sticks. Let's make that other pickaxe. Everything else looks good. Oh, I have two random. Oh, those are the ones I want for my pickaxe. Jeez. Alright. Extra pickaxe. Swap that if we want. Alright, looks like bedtime has come again. Got an Enderman out there. Alright, well, it's kind of exactly what I'm thinking, which is I don't want. Oh, I missed a dang block. Sorry. How in all that fixing? Oh, because we were off a thing, and I remember I'd put the red in, so I've still got to fix that one. But we'll have this across. It'll go up. It'll have just a single, this single bit in red above it with the thing, and I think that might be it for our levels. Because if we put that with another 5 blocks, I don't even have 5 blocks. Oh, don't tell me I can't get up here now. Of course I can get up here. All right, so 4. And again, this is the floor level, right? So that would be the height. We'd have one more block above this to be our ceiling kind of level. And that would come up to about there with another. I guess, that's. I might leave it at that, and we might make this the unloading side. I know I didn't. You guys don't necessarily know what I'm talking about, but so if this was the height of the top floor, right, coming across here, and then we got a roof up on top of it. We could fill in with dirt here, and then have the supplies come up a little road, and this building would still be low under the fortification. If I went up another level, I think we're gonna start making this one a little bit too featured, and I really, I know we're starting with it. It's going to be our biggest building for a bit, but I want it to kind of be understated. It's utilitarian. It's functional. So we'll fill the hill up to kind of this level, and then we'll have entries here that will come in and out of the supplies. So we've got our storage here, and we'll have another storage here, but up on top, this side where we do these little fences, these sides would be open to where things could be brought up. Maybe we'll have both sides open, right? Because there'd be more storage on that end, and the ability to hoist things up and then deliver them out to the town and whatever kind of fortification we end up with up here on the bluff, well above this structure. And it may have to have, depending on our style that we end up with and all that, it may have to have some ramparts and, a towery type thing out on the end of it on that side. But we won't get there for a bit. And I think I'm very happy to. Wow, I just didn't even jump. Maybe it was the grass. It tickled my knees. There we go. Keep it looking nice, but it's going to give us a very good place to work through our our building up our character a little bit. We haven't done anything deep to go after really pursuing diamonds. All right, we've gotten just strays, but nothing too much. All right, let's try to be civilized about this. So I think that's working out great. Again, chat, let me know how I'm doing, because I don't know. Also, let's do this right now because I like it and we cooked it for a reason. And also, it's a bigger threat than the opening outside. So, copper door. Now that will oxidize like that and turn green eventually. If we want to leave it like this, we'll have to get some bees and some wax to wax the rest of these copper doors. That's not the doors. All right. Copper back in here. Also, before we go off gathering, let's get our better food back, get our apples in place. This goes here. Got our bed. I don't anticipate a huge need. We've got 9 pieces. I don't know. It looks a little mustardy, maybe, but I think I like it. Again, warehouse. Just try to build this up for a little bit of a look. I think that'll offset by the darker wood and the darker ceiling. I think that'll fill in nicely. I don't want to go too multicolored. And wow, how did my cord get all the way over there? I'm kicking it with my left foot. I don't know. I think it'll be pretty good. And I'm wearing a gold buff shirt, so why not? All right, let's go get some yellow. And you can see yellow is most common in the up high area, and we found a big old kind of cave section that will work out nicely up there. Where can we get to it? Maybe better this way. It's kind of up and over that bluff. Take a different little walk. Maybe there's a random mine shaft I haven't seen yet. Man, we're coming up on the second break, but I kinda. Oh, come on! Don't be a big gorge. I kind of feel impressed at least I built something. Maybe trash, but I built it. I gave it a little bit of decorative thought. It's got a little bit of purpose. Maybe hideous, but oh yeah, I still forgot to fix that. Don't let me forget to fix that piece of white. Are you? We did see all this when we were coming down. I think that big cave was up here. I mean, we can't just strip a big section, and we should be at this upper level, like this, right? Yeah, here we go. Kind of feel like this is our move. And just in case, I'm going to leave the sight line from the river and the bluff. So I'm going to go here. Kind of Old West false storefront deal. The other one I was thinking of was white, and I think that may be gray. Yeah, there's the white, but a little bit of color in there I think would add a little bit. So we'll go yellow. Have fun yet? You guys do notice I didn't go back to try to start digging more red sand to cook more red sandstone. If we can get through this, we'll call it very, very good. And be real happy put torch there. I don't want it right up against this wall. I guess we've dug into the hillside now, but looks like it's once again nighttime. But hey, we haven't camped out in a minute. All right, we're doing pretty well. Probably have enough. Let's turn back and take 2 more strips back out. Oh, that's 3. And I got to admit, the problem here is we are in hardcore. Like Sayo found out, like Nate survived last night. Sometimes you don't always survive, and that's one of the trade-offs here. Doing a lot of building here while we're still pretty dang vulnerable is potentially a big problem. So it's tempting to wait, right? And I do it a lot. You guys see me. I'll make a very moderate base and then kind of hunker down and be like, all right, now we got to get all our enchantments and all that kind of stuff before we do any building. Well, then you end up, going after the dragon and all that kind of stuff because one thing leads to another, and you never get any building done. That's how I often feel. I'm sure a lot of you guys who don't see me too much think this guy he's not a builder at all. He doesn't do anything. Just digs holes in the sides of hills and throws 16 chests down and calls it good. I really do like the building. 42 is really the last that we did any real building on stage or on stream. But it's not through a lack of interest. Although I have to be in the right mood, right? I think building is one of those where if you're not feeling it, don't fight it, because you'll end up kind of with what we've got here, a big rectangular box. But we got loads of yellow now. That wasn't too painful. How we doing? We got 4 minutes until the break. Don't fall into the ginormous hole. That would be bad for our health. And now we're coming back down the way we just did last time. As long as we drop in here by the mine. You know what? We're here, and I don't think we're going to have any kind of super long break, although now that I've said it, I may go grab a hoodie. But I think as we're clocking down, since we're up here, I'm going to grab some more of this. We did end up having those extra logs, but particularly I guess maybe I grabbed all these fence railings. Maybe this idea was dumb. Here's some. It's just easier to reuse them than have to get the sticks and group them all into a pattern. Just chop these. And we're probably real close to having enough, but I don't think. And we may use some more of these as like vertical supports and stuff maybe on the upper floor. Would be kind of cool. Just leave the space more open, but And also for the apparatus, whatever that might be, if it's not just chains hanging from the ceiling, the apparatus to have our hoisting system, whatever that might be. Don't need to go too crazy, but again, we're coming up on the ad, so we'll grab these. We'll get back down, unload everything, put in our internal walls, and oh, I thought this was the one that poked us. Well, we got a lot more rails. Damn it! Now I'm turned a little bit. Not too bad, but I am. Thought I could cut through there. Nope. Here? Here. That wasn't too painful. Makes our big, massive warehouse here seem pretty small in the distance. But it's fine work. I just did have a thought, but let's not. Let it bother us too much right now. 20 seconds. Always gotta be one. There you go. Look at that. We can enjoy the ad break feeling that we have successfully taken care of our stuff. I'm going to leave it. And oh, I can't leave it, fortunately, because I got to get the mute and all that. Here, I'll let you look after. Be right back. All right, and we're back. Oh, nope. Almost got to see you guys again. All right, so we still got a bit of time left. Let's switch here again. And while we're still on the break, we'll just keep doing some more walls here. And this is the real benefit, is we're going to actually get secure in our little base here by having this internal wall in place. Because now nothing can spawn up above us and walk to the edge and find a nice little drop down at us. "30 seconds of the ad left. Welcome back if you're already back. Hello, welcome back. Anybody who got pulled all the way through the ads? Ooh. We did a little bit more on it. It's filling in nicely. And as I was just saying to folks, I did seal that up. Oh, and I gotta fix that other one. So let's sleep now. Now that our corner is all secure and nice. And then we'll get some white sandstone. Smooth white sandstone. Here on the Hot Sounds of Smooth Jazz. So you can get from there. There you go. Hi, squid in a boat. Get some ink. It's my patented ink farm. Leave a boat. Not too bad, I don't think. Again, not as much contrast there. But I'm good with that. I do want a couple more of these. Top off the stack. Tap off the stock. So here on the inside, now what I'm thinking is we do use this white, and it really could be as little as this. That might actually be more interesting. Ooh, missed these. That'll give our window... Oh, look at this. I can fix this real easy from there now. We're getting all grown up. Fix that. But now from outside, we should have a little appearance of the right trim for our windows. That's what I'm hoping. So even though we didn't use extra blocks, which I think would have been way too heavy on the outside of those windows, if you're looking in, you'll see the white that matches the outside of the building. All right. Now on this side, there. There. Wait, this is... You guys all see it? Oh, I think it'll become more apparent from here. I framed all this with a double, but this should have been one block in. All this has got to go because this is all too far into the hillside. And then that doesn't have to go, but okay, now it's this one, and now I don't have my boat handy, man. Alright, so literally had a boat right there. Alright, so now that, and it's gonna be red one there. Let's check this. Okay, those are on the right side. And actually that pulls in a little bit more of that blank spot, which is okay with me. One red. Get these reds out of the way. One there. There. And then that can just sit. Oh, I hear you, Storm, but I'm not scared of you anymore. Right? And then this, so we have the blocks for it. Come all the way into there. And we might even be able to get... Oh, that was stupid. Fixed a problem, got a few more blocks left. That was fantastic. I did frame this window, right? So now I don't really have I got these 4. Let's go get our dirt. Do this the way we actually need to. Oh, I guess we're gonna need to. I didn't fill that. And I guess we can go from the top on these. I don't have my oak logs either. Alright, we got all the corners with the dirt, right? All the dirt. Let's fill these top bits. And then we'll go get oak logs. Put this dirt away. I mean, I could fill the dirt over here and not even worry about it, and we'll maybe end up doing that. So I guess let's start with the logs. I don't have a good drop down. You know what? I can use this dirt. We'll just come back to this corner every time. Bonk. I guess I should be a little careful. Just running around all excited about building. There could be stuff spawning up here now. That one fits so well. I guess the bottom line is that these would be more important for structural integrity than any trim would be, right? So when push comes to shove, building a house or something like that, you prioritize the studs, not the trim. Ooh. Well, I've got torches now, so that should be fine. Ah! Okay. Oh, it's just an Enderman. He's freaking out in the rain. Get down to our safe floor. Woo-wee! That brings us to our next important bit. Hi! You want to check out the view? Come on in. It's pretty cool. If you like it, gurgle. Oh, you like it, huh? Look, you almost look like you're smiling. Sorry. It's not done yet. Yeah, come back later. Look. All right. That's really good. Now we can finish our... We got Wandering Trader. Get more boats. Now we can finish out our yellow. That's what I said. Finish out the yellow. Already had a pet naming today, guys. We're going to have a warehouse to live in. I mean, sometimes that's where all like the trendy apartments and stuff are in cities. Get an old warehouse loft. You gotta use up those little stacks sometimes, I guess. Didn't need that. Should still have those 2 pieces of dirt on us. They came in. That's why we got to finish this up. So, oh my God! Did we really use up all the yellow? That was unexpected. Hey, you guys, hang out for a sec. Make yourselves cozy. I welcome you here. I'm just gonna go get something real quick. Can never have too many leads, especially if we use those camels at all. They run off so much. Get in there. All right, got them both. All right, have at it. Couple more leads. Can rotate this boat back into inside bit of the rotation. All right, well, aside from the big surprise of we don't have enough yellow, let's get squid ink put away. Store that torch. Good on the logs. Actually, our wood supply is now decimated. But what else were we going to use it for, right? Gotta have it. Wrong bin. There. Smooth sandstone, I think we're good on. Thought that before, but we have some change of heart sometimes. All right, next item up before we get too gone. We need gates, and I think we'll go with the dark oak here too. And I don't need these so much for villagers, so we'll probably just leave them open most of the time. But if I am working through the evening or there's a thunderstorm or something like that, or it seems like we're getting particularly hard pressed by mobs, we can close those off and keep them at a distance. So last little bit of our water level security. Why is that torch leaving all this looking... Does that seem darker than all the others? Maybe they're all about the same. Okay, that's all good. Since we've got it, let's go ahead and do the second level cover. Oh, I guess I am going to want some more oak. I don't have enough, but maybe I don't have enough. Okay, so this is our level. Switch this here, and now we are just good to go. Fill in these posts. You guys think you can spit? You should meet my camels. Screwed up. This should come as no surprise to anybody, but that's what happens when we run out of yellow. So I gotta break all that little area, as it will be terracotta. That. A few more logs here, but it's really the ones over on the other side Why it would stick? These are all good. There. These all want to stay open because with whatever logs we have left, we'll try to do the carved logs or shaved logs or whatever. That. Okay. I think this is the most important area around the scaffolding to get the log bracers in so I can easily get on and off. But hopefully we'll have enough. Seems certain. Whoa! Hey! What? Not cool, man. Very not cool. Stop going crazy. I guess we gotta go do the old perilous crossing. And there we have it. One more floor remains to go up to our ceiling, but we're basically out of all supplies now. So I think we can just... I know. It's stupid. We'll try to set those out. That should just keep anything from spawning in the immediate vicinity. They can still come in here, and if they were so inclined, they could plunge, but I think from what we've seen of the mobs, they're not going to drop that far, and they can't, as far as I know, they can't use the scaffolding. That would be horrific, but we'll deal with that if it happens. Alright, this, that, fences, I could put those up real quick to protect the hole. So we're definitely going to have the sides. And I think we'll do... Nope, I missed it. If we do double storage, it's going to be up here, not on the bottom. And then this is going to be our exit up at the top, so we'll have stuff here. Now, this is just, again, to clarify it, because, like, Sio, new to the game, this is not a working pulley hoist system or anything. It's just going to be hung there cosmetically. And I'm actually kind of curious here. Let's go put these away. I love that we can just kind of keep working now until we want to sleep, not because we feel we have to. So that's over there. Let's see what this can do for us. Close. So my question is, if I put a barrel here, we don't have anything on the ceiling to do it up. Oh, okay. I got lots of ingots. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's see if we can make this happen. Oh, come on, get up there. How are you still drinking potions? I thought you were, Oh, did I go all the way up? That was dumb. Here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach it. Get there. Yeah, I can. Alright, so... the idea is we'll have a couple of different barrels at various heights showing that they're up. And that's where I thought the extra fence is, right? You have something coming out like an arm that maybe hangs from a stone pillar like it's a swing arm. And would be able to swing out, lower the chain, and hoist up the barrel. So we can have them hanging in this open space to kind of give the story that, yeah, this is where supplies can be moved up and down. That's what we'll finish off with once we have a full ceiling and access. And I may, unfortunately, what Minecraft really doesn't do a very good job of is diagonals with chains or anything like that. But in one of them, we'll kind of see it. Sometimes these things look kind of doofy by the time you get done. But we could do... I guess like a 9 slabs, or even maybe a 1 in the middle with some slabs on the corner, or see, the 9 basically takes up the whole thing. Maybe up high though. We have one that's a bunch of slabs, and they would have to be set on the bottom edge of it. But then you could have chains at the corner and maybe some pieces of fence connecting up over the top of it with a single chain, like it's a platform lift that you could then put a couple barrels on ends or something like that. But yeah, that's kind of the whole picture. Is the boats come in, we bring in our supplies, we've got this hoisting system, which will really be us, and again, we're going to have ladders as well, or just scaffolding, something for us to move up and down within the building. The only drawback of ladders is you got to have them up against a wall, but we can certainly do that. We've got all this edge built in, and we can look at all of our placement now. Where do we want stuff in this this structure so that it has a little bit of free flow, and works around the pillars. But all of this storage now can get boosted up at least, and we can have more overflow storage. So as we start to get stuff that's kind of overwhelming our inventory, like string, for instance, right? We get a lot of that out of the mines. We can start to process that out and into individualized storage and use item frames to help us keep track of what we've got where. Pretty good, I think. I mean, it came together. This is kind of what I'd been thinking about, so we see it there. I don't know what I'm going to do with the barrels just yet. I do plan to use a lot of barrels for storage. There's a lot of stuff in this game that I end up allocating double chests to, and we just never need that much space. And in this kind of space, I want to have a variety of chests and barrels so that the items that are coming in. How did you even get down here? I'm impressed, buddy. Yeah. Welcome. Don't kill him. Seems excessive. All right, we do need a bit more yellow. And we probably should sleep, but let's get our tools back up. And again, this is so nice to be able to work through the nights now without too much fear. Warranted or otherwise. Here, we'll make 3 because I'm going to use up 1 probably on more yellow. Are you yellow, pilgrim? All right. Good. Just in case. And I don't... Next up, who knows? I didn't expect to get this far with this in the full episode today, much less be looking at finishing it up. Probably mines. The mines we discovered over on the other side of the hill. Whoa, I guess I rushed a little bit. Alright, well, we can come out here, admire our handiwork. And then the big scaffolding sticking up in the sky. I don't think it sucks. You guys tell me, but it's got a little bit of decorative work. It's got this little bit of white trim that sits in. It does look dark up there. Hey, Nate. You tell me, man. Other than thinking I had enough yellow terracotta for the whole world, that's really weird. So I look in here through this outside window, and it looks super dark, but we got a gazillion torches right there. So, all right, no worries. We just need enough to finish out that wall, and then we're going to be good. And this is my little warehouse system. I don't know if you were back or busy with work and stuff while I'll go in. But I did prove concept. I'm going to be able to have barrels on chains that are just static decorative, but they're going to demonstrate that these are pulley hallways for pulling the cargo from river level up to the top. And the barrels can stay hanging in the air and the chains can connect to them. So I had never tried before. This is going to come up one final level. We'll continue this structure up one more. And then we're going to have, big doorway access on these sides, which is where our supplies, if they get hoisted up or if we've been storing them up on this level, we just wheel them out, and then we'll have a little road coming up here, and this is where we're going to have our whatever castle, keep, or fortress tower, or whatever, watchtower or something, right on the end of the river, right? Because it's got the 180-260 view of the river coming from both directions. But then all of this, I think, is going to kind of be old town, medieval, European style stuff. If we live long enough to do it, the thin kind of cobble lanes and the Dickensian buildings overhanging the alleys and all that kind of stuff, and I want to have a couple of them have little outback sheepyard, chicken pen things, and that's where we're going to start getting some extra feathers and all that. But one more story of this rising up out of the dirt, and it'll level off on this side, probably on both of these sides, honestly. And the hill may come up on this side to further bury it. See, that's what we're looking at right now, and we'll fill storage in up on this level as well. So I've got lots of early game storage space without having to dig down to deep slate and have a basement. And we're going to tweak this quite a bit. This will remain my living area for the time being. But I'm going to obviously get these posts laid out, and we'll figure out a way to make this stuff all work. Where I know where stuff is and can still maneuver around and access everything, all that. So there you go. You got the tour. Thank you, man. I appreciate the feedback. That's cool. Let's go get this yellow terracotta now that the zombies are all gone. So we got to go do the big climb again. That's gonna feel nice. But yeah, to do the next level, I need a bunch more red sandstone. Frankly, I kind of need more white sandstone too, and I need lumber and everything else. So that'll have to wait till a time when I can play some off stream, so you guys don't have to watch me just shoveling red sand and cooking it all day. Not the most entertaining of content. That. How did I? Dang it. This way works to get down, but it's not the absolute best. Can I just... Let's improve it. Do have that big pit I have to watch out for. And there's our false wall. Hey, Hardcats! Welcome back. Hardcats, I saw you were on. I didn't get a chance to drop in yesterday, though. I very much apologize. South Park, was it, that you were playing? How was that? Never played a South Park game before. But I did see you. It's going so good. We just actually built stuff, and aside from some dramatic mistakes that I had to cover, we didn't die while we were building, and I think it's getting the job done. So sorry, Park, indeed, and never apologize. If you get the chance to say good day, that's great. But if not, I'll always have another stream. I love it, man. That's my attitude too. Attendance is not required, but I do appreciate the heck out of everybody that wants to drop by and check in, see how things are going, get a little break in their day, or just have something on in the background while you're working or playing some Minecraft of your own, whatever you got going on. It's funny we live. Yeah, well, that seems to make a lot of sense. Um, yeah, I haven't watched South Park in a lot of years now. I don't have cable. I don't really go seek it out. But it was mandatory viewing once it started coming out, and I have at least a bit of a personal connection to South Park, and that is that Trey Parker and Matt Stone were CU ahead of me, and their um, their school project or their film class project or whatever was a first edition of what became the Santa versus Jesus that people have seen over the air, but it was very, very rough. Equal, at least I don't know that they changed the content much, but I know by the time it went to Fox, they had started cleaning up the graphics and some of that kind of stuff. But it was this is how far back it was. Not that we didn't have DVDs and stuff like that, but more CDs than DVDs, really. But I first saw it on a VHS tape copy that one of my older classmates had gotten and was like, "Dude, you guys gotta check this out. This is so awesome." And sure enough, we had seen it on the VHS passed around, and I'm sure there were gazillion copies go to help feed the buzz among the CU students. But it got passed around, and then in very short matter of time, we're like, those are those kids, and Fox was using them to. The very first thing they did with them was just to do in between show. Little pre-teaser shorts and stuff like that, and like Happy Holidays, and they were hyping some of their other shows, not South Park itself, and we're like, dude, do they know that? That's Cartman. Do you know what he talks like? And it was great. Absolutely. Absolutely loved being in on the ground floor from that, and I bumped into the two creators around. They're big Colorado guys. Not I think they both dropped out. Actually, they're like, yeah, see you. We got ourselves. We don't need to stick around for graduation. We're gonna be good. But you do see them around some, and they often will do Cartman. Little shorts on the scoreboard and stuff. Why am I leaving? On the scoreboard for our football team. So, I'll be like, hey, it'll be Cartman out there dancing around being like, hey, guys, we need more noise. Get off your... And I think they cleaned it up because, they want football games to be a family atmosphere. It was like, get off your butts and yell. So it's pretty fun. I love me some South Park. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Hardcats. I didn't know you didn't know. Yeah, I'm just outside. I'm between the cities of Denver and Boulder, Colorado. And went to see you. Go Buffs. So that's my spot, and it is cold and snowy. Just light flurries, but it's been snowing pretty much since I started streaming today. And we're barely getting any accumulation, but it is wintry, Rocky Mountain kind of day today. Yeah, well, it paid off. It was something else, and at the time, the Simpsons were still pretty edgy. There was Adult Swim was a thing. So there was Space Ghost. Um, who's the cool dude? Elvis-y kind of guy with the big hair and the leather jacket. Go around. I can't remember his name anymore, but he was popular. Went to Boulder on vacation before COVID. I love visiting Colorado. Oh, I'm glad you got there. That's awesome. Yeah, I was up there last Saturday for a basketball game. They actually won. It wasn't a very nice day. It was pretty snowy, but it's why I live where I do. I'm about depending on traffic, anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes from either, and like literally almost the exact halfway point between the two cities. So I don't get up as much, but I love hiking right around Boulder. The hill's not what I remember, and I don't want to sound all crotchety old man or anything, but Boulder has really screwed up the hill. And as a former student who still kind of lives in the student mentality, they've always, the property owners and non-university people in Boulder, have always used the students are disruptive and destructive and loud and drunk and all that kind of stuff. In the hill area, which is between, for anybody who doesn't know, it's between the campus and the foothills or Flatirons in Boulder. And it's a mixed, there's some amazing houses scattered throughout there, and there are a lot of, I don't know how many are families or aging out or whatever, but over time, more and more out-of-state parents and stuff would buy these houses and give their kid a place to live, and then start renting out rooms to other students. And it's a tough property management deal because you got to deal with drunk college kids who don't care about the property, but slowly changes this hill into this dynamic area where you've got fraternities and sororities, which I don't know how vibrant they are on the Boulder campus anymore. But you've got houses with just individual students and stuff as well, all scattered around. And then there's this commercial street called the Hill. It's 11th, and it's beautiful. It has old shops and a kind of an old downtowny type feel. It's not Boulder downtown, but it's got that old movie theater up on one corner. Had some bars and restaurants, still has a couple, but mostly the city has unzoned all the restaurants that they can and turned them into like shopping and upstairs lofts that they can rent out. And they took out all. When I was there, there was a McDonald's in this crappy food court, multi-story food court building. That didn't even last while I was there. But outside of that, it was all local or regional chain type places, and not just your stuff. Now it's a Jimmy John's and a Moe's Bagel and some of that kind of stuff. So it's lost a lot of its individuality, and sadly, a lot of the character that we used to see. And over the last couple years, they took a whole chunk of it. Dug out a big hole and just put up 2 glass and steel 4-story, like they look like office buildings. They're apartments above, but it's like, guys, this is awful. And I'm sure the student, for the students now, that's home, and they'll remember it as fondly as we remembered ours. But we used to have rooftop patios and stuff and all that. Boulder in the summer is absolutely amazing. The sink is still there, which has been there for hundreds of years, and they won't let that go away. And the students know. Plus, students have different desires now, right? Everybody does more stuff online. I think it's pretty well documented that young people do less social drinking and stuff like that. It's just not the way people connect anymore. But it's crazy. When we go up there, the burrito shop, plug Illegal Pete's. Hey, if you guys want to sponsor me, I'll take some burritos. Illegal Pete's on the Hill. You go in there on a game day in the middle of the summer, or just drop by. Students lining up in and out, and of course it's got a bar and all that kind of stuff too. But it's I don't know. I don't necessarily see the evidence right there, and it really seems like they lost many multiple rooftop things where you could sit out in the afternoon. Say you were a senior and you scheduled all your classes so they'd be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You'd have your Fridays, maybe Friday morning, but nothing late. You could get off Friday lunchtime and just go up, sit out on the deck, maybe work on some homework. And as the sun went down, the people would gather, maybe buy a girl a drink, say hi, what's up, or hang out with friends. Fond memories, and I love that town. And nowadays, with the Buffs and Coach Prime and Boulder, it's just going off. It's getting a lot more diversity in the community, which I think is a fantastic thing, and growing in different ways. So, yeah, definitely check it out. I hope you had a good time. Hope you had a good time, Hardcats. Anyway, sorry, I've been distracted twice today. Once when we were planning this, we went to a website for a historical site called Fort Snelling, which was by where I grew up in Minnesota, to kind of get the feel for what I was thinking of as I was thinking of building this structure. And while it doesn't exactly fit in the timeline of a medieval hilltop village and some kind of a watchtower, keep, castle, fortress thing, I don't know. It'll work. Four years living in Egan. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, I grew up in Bloomington. Egan and Bloomington are real close. Can't say I spent a ton of time in Egan. But I do know it very well. So then, yeah, maybe you've heard of or seen Fort Snelling, driving by at least, landing at the airport. Relocated to Egan in '94. That's hilarious. That was when I was starting college, so I was getting out of Dodge. We didn't overlap that close. Actually, I was back in the summers. It's probably during some of those summers that I spent the most time crossing through Egan, because I'd come back in the summers and work and all that and tour around. All right. Anyway, we got to do two things. Now I need some of these back, and I'm thinking I want to set it. I should bring the better boat. Although honestly, the difference is kind of silly. We're gonna do that. I am gonna grab more torches. Top that off. Top these off, and we got the bundles in the boat, so I'll grab one of those. We got this for chopping down spider webs. I've got these for the bow. I really want to go to the mine, but I'm thinking maybe we should divert for one more project. Let's do those. Don't need that. Bunch of this. I'm like thinking in terms of regular builds, but we're gonna keep them tight. So I probably don't need all that. That'll get us 60. Should be good. Good enough to start at least. Hey, check this out. We can just go. We can just go up through our house. Warehouse. No more crazy wandering around the edge of the hill to get up. All right. So generally speaking, this is gonna be the level of maybe maybe I'm spitballing here. We're gonna have some kind of a tower fortressy thing on this point. That'll be our watchtower or keep, if you will. I don't know what form it's all gonna take, but um, in kind of a even a Mott and Bailey type fort going back that far, um, we can shear off these cliffs a little bit so it's kind of unassailable, quote unquote, and then we could have a wall cut across here, and whatever shape that fortification thing takes, it's kind of isolated and it's cut off, and then maybe in this area, some of it, we've got like a town square, an open plaza with maybe some kind of a more municipal looking old guild hall or something. I don't know. And then our winding little houses and crooked streets and overhanging second floors and all that could be in there. Eventually spilling over to some kind of management and processing area where we're gonna make this whole thing into uh, somewhat functioning, but because we'll be taking stone out of it, but a quarry where we'll put some artificial supports and stuff in to hold up. Got going. Wondering if I can bait them into this cave. I don't anticipate needing this at all for pillagers. You guys gonna aggro? Okay, now they're coming. Oh, they can come right into that cave. This may have been a might. In hindsight, I may have made mistakes. Okay, okay. This was the problem. Shit. Oh god. No, no, no. Oh my god, I didn't even get to it. Oh, that one's so bad. Oh my god. No. No. Oh no. I wasn't using my shield at all. I was like, oh, I'll just go chop them and they'll take damage falling and then I'll be able to kill them quick. And I didn't kill any of them. Oh no. Oh no. No. Do you know how long it's going to take me to find a world this cool again? And we just built. We just built. I didn't even need to mess with those guys. I could have stood back and pew pew pewed them with my bow, for freak's sakes. And I was like, oh, I'll have the enchanted golden apple in case I need it. And as soon as I was like, oh, I'm down to 3, I better eat the apple. And I looked down and tried to put it on my hand to eat it, and my health just vanished. Oh my goodness. Ow. Ow. I don't need that yet, I don't think. Yeah, I kind of do. All right, let me get this up here. Um, oh, I've got 2 things this week. All right, I need to get back over to here so you guys can see. All right, death scores. For anybody who thinks, oh my god, how do you ever keep going? This is just on this PC. I have, I think it's probably fair to guess hundreds. If it's not hundreds, it's darn close. It's definitely scores well over 100 words. I mean, there's a couple dozen here. Now, most of them go kind of quick, right? You're much more vulnerable to dying early on than you would be late, but some of these we had long runs. Some of these are just me. Some of these are stream worlds. This one we just deleted. This was the one I was talking about earlier today, where I was like, sometimes a world just doesn't hit you, and you gotta change it up. This was deleted. And it wasn't like, oh, I loaded the world, it didn't give me what I wanted. We'd played in it quite a long time. We made a base in a desert village, and then I had a planned location with the farms and all that kind of stuff, and didn't do it because I had to cut this long canal to even get out of just a single little puddle of a lake, and it killed me. Man. All right, well that one's done. We've done some new updates and stuff starting last fall because I began to wonder like how far back did these go, but we date some of them so that I kind of know where they are, and it's the death date. So they went before. We did have to modify. They've changed the game files now with 124.4. So I put a note in there. Now we use the time played response that we can get. But this was Crawler Hambbage. And it is Pillager, roving pillagers, let's call them, because it's not like a pillager tower. Pillagers. Just cheat that out a little bit. We're gonna have to grab this after when we go into spectate mode. Score. Yeah, this one we started at. Horns of Hammerad was another really good one. But much like this one, although that was only a golden apple and we were in the nether, this one was just as we were trying to find a base. So sometimes the names don't load up as well. So 1753 was our score. Pretty low, right? I didn't have an XP farm. We were doing the building and the exploring thing, so I didn't get many points, but I have a feeling our time played is going to be decent. So now we have to go to Spectate World. Oh, here it is. Oh my god, enjoy it on YouTube. Wow, that's kind of funky. Here it was. If you go back in the YouTube, we did actually mock up the barrel a little bit just so we could see it. Enjoy that view. Our village neighbors who we met once but never really hung out with. Our camels. Oh, Joey. Oh, no, Nate. Joey. Nate. Joey. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm still on the scores, aren't I? Well, I was going to get this thing. There. Joey. Oh. We barely knew you, Joey. Oh, that sucks, man. At least you were here. I didn't name him before you got here. That's how it goes. Maybe next time it'll be like the next World 42, and we'll be going forever. So we had our camels, we had our mine. Well, let's keep that in mind. that build I may use again in the future. This kind of a landscape, it's rare. I rarely, I mean, having all this is just too much to ask for. We're not going to get that again. Um, but having something along a river or a seafront or something like that with an elevated plane like this, this would be a really good. I loved this for a starter build because we could kind of make that camp first and then cruise out. But let's we gotta go escape to get statistics. If you guys have any stats you care about, let me know. This is the time. It's about to go away. Time played only 0.88 days, so relatively it's not a tough one to walk away from. Um, but I had such high hopes, and I think you guys kind of got the vibe. I was falling in love after a not super um, deal. I'm going to put a note. I know you guys can't see it, but I had the death scores thing up there. I was just stupid. Well, I set him up for it. I said as I was walking back, like, oh, this cave thing isn't going to work as well as I thought because they're all coming that way, and I knew that's kind of their move is to try to surround you. Really, so those guys are, as you just saw, they're more dangerous than you think, especially if you just got iron armor and no projectile. And I would imagine at least one of them had an enchanted crossbow coming at us. So bow and arrow if you can. Just take them out, or at least thin them down so there's only a couple left, and then go finish them up on melee. Or be in a forest where you can kind of always be hiding behind trees from the bulk of them. They won't, unlike skellies, if one of them hits another, they won't turn around and start shooting at each other. But they will, if you can get one in front of the bulk, they will continue to just clear out that first mob for you, and with a couple of chops of your sword, you can usually get them. Wasn't my best combat. We hadn't been fighting anything. I'd been building all day. Oh god, it just looks so good. All right, let's. There was our village. There was a lake. I was thinking maybe we'd get over to the mines were right over past this hilltop forest. I don't have a pointer anymore. How high up can we go? And how much can we actually see? I think this is my loaded chunks determine how much we can see when we go. There's not enough to get us all the way back over to the original village. Spawn and all that was out that way. But kind of out at the edge of the map that way was we cut through a little channel in the jungle, and that got us out to the sea. And we wandered a lot of this, a lot of the desert. Beautiful, but wish it goodbye, guys. This is the hardcore life, and you lose it, you shake it off, start again. I think. Looks like we already dropped a little bit of people. I think here's what we're gonna do. For the sake of like the YouTube long term and all that, I think I'm gonna stop the stream. Yeah, what I think I'll probably do, and I appreciate all you guys coming up. I hate to yank the rug out, but I think we're gonna want to start a new world, and I think I want to commit to that. So it's 12:08 for me now. So I think at the top of the next hour, I'll kick things off again, start a new stream, and we'll start a whole new world and see just what possibilities are in store for us. So that's the plan. Yeah, of course, Nate. Nate, have you not been? I wasn't sure how long you've been around. Maybe. Yeah, of course. We have here. I can show you this before we wrap up. So 42 is a world that I just haven't touched in a while. We've kind of moved past it. Um, there are two out there. One is called Slow Cooker, and it was from way back when I was just doing YouTubes, and I was a what was I gonna say? I was just a new streamer, relatively new, and Slow Cooker was one of I'd played 3 or 4 worlds or something like that, and got in Slow Cooker, and I built up this. At my base, I had a big old house kind of thing, and then I made the classic American red barn, and I had all the animals and stuff in it, big silos for processing stuff, and all kinds of stuff in that world. It was very grown up, and it was we were. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, Nate. But they're just pre-pandemic, maybe. There was a thing going around that was the rage of all the streamers, right? It was called the HCMC, the Hardcore Minecraft, and then they called it the HCMC 100 for 100%. And the idea was, and I was YouTubing at the time and just kind of playing the game, but some of the content creators challenge each other, or basically like, how can you say that you're a professional Minecraft streamer or whatever? You're getting paid for it all, but you never beat the game. And it kind of threw down the gauntlet. If you haven't completed all of the advancements, you're not there. And we had gotten through every single advancement except for what was generally the last one, which is called How Did We Get Here? And the idea was you had to have every single game effect active on you at the same time, both good and bad. So it was this huge operation, because there are shulkers in the end that give you levitate, and they're the only mob that levitates you. And there's raids, and at the time you had to have bad omen and everything to have, or if you had you had to get bad omen. You had to complete a raid to have there's an effect for like the gratitude of the village, which is what the whole discounts in the villager trades goes through. So you had to have those couple effect in the overworld. You had to have a shulker effect, so you had to bring a shulker back from the end. A crazy combination of things. Oh, and you had to have mining fatigue from a guardian temple. So all kinds of combinations of stuff. Where did you attempt this? And it was dangerous, and it was a lot of stuff. I didn't actually get to make my attempt, but we were in the process of building a big iron railroad out to the Guardian Temple Island setup thing, where I thought I had the best chance of having all of those things. Plus, you get to eat all the potions and foods and everything like that. And long laundry list of stuff. It's great late game content. I don't know if it's viable anymore or what it looks like now, because of course we've had many revisions since, and new effects and things like that. So I don't know if people are still doing it or not. We haven't gotten that far since. But while I was doing that, I was like, I want to start Twitch streaming and having a live audience. And so I started, but I was like, I've got these loyal YouTube fans, and I don't want to cut them out. So I retired it, basically. I had at the time, like, when I'm not streaming and I'm just recording YouTubes, I'll finish this up. And of course, streaming was so much more fun that I was like, we'll just do it in our own stream world. And most of those YouTube people have been cool enough to come over, introduce themselves with their Twitch handles if they're not the same, and got some great people coming around. So it's still going on. But then 42 was probably our longest term best world, and I had another one. There was one more in between, and I don't know which one that was, because we had a ton of pets and everything. But then I got a new PC, and I had an old PC that was crashing, right? And that one was bouncing up and down. And I was afraid I was going to lose it, because there were a couple worlds where I'd like do a whole stream and then it would just crash and I'd lose all the all the play. So I don't know. Lots of them. Anyway, yes, beaten the dragon, done all the nether, done a lot of it, but it's been a little bit, and I'd love to get back to that point. You know, that the piece where we've been getting stuck most recently, we've had a lot of stupid deaths in the nether, and once you get established in the nether, where you've got your potions and you can start mining out netherite, then you can upgrade your armor the final bit, go take on the dragon, and frankly, most long-term worlds that I have, we use that end island pretty heavily for getting XP out of Endermen and that kind of stuff. It makes for a good XP farm, and it's kind of a step in there. I don't know if I'm regressing or what, but maybe this next one will get it. So to all of you that are here right now, thank you so much. I'd love to see you back if time allows, and we'll start off something new. But I'm going to get some lunch. I'm going to take a little break, and then we can do a new world justice instead of giving like 15 minutes and being like, all right, now I got to go. So that's the plan. Hope to see you all back in about 45 minutes now, and we'll go from there. So thank you all very, very much. It's been a blast. This world was one of the classics, and really, really had a blast. But alas, it wasn't meant to be. And hand to God, I am not one of those that's just going to try to get it. Like what I was just talking about on top of that hill, I legitimately wanted and want to do. We'll see what shape it takes in the next one. This, if I had the urge, this one has a great build potential as well. Because where our base was, there was this string of lakes, and we had already started. Yeah, you know what? Well, let's kill some time. I gotta go eat lunch. I'm so stupid. I'm a little worried because this is gonna update the town. But for Nate gets this. So here, just look at our difference. We've got all our netherite stuff. We got our wings. We got our rockets. Although I don't have many of them, but we got a flight box. And I'm going to need a lot of rockets to show you guys. I wish it wasn't raining. Can I sleep? Do not let me screw this one up. If I kill this, there are some not frequently around, but old school, long-term... I guess it's not a thunderstorm. All right, I guess we'll fly in the rain then. I hope flying hasn't changed much. All right. So this is our creeper farm. Creeper spawner farm. It's just a standard dark room spawner configured to just spawn creepers. They all drop down the chute and get ready for one hits for XP and for gunpowder. I don't know. Okay, that's a little marker island. So if we go this way, this is our drowned farm, and you can't see too much of it. Oh, we broke through some rain there for a second. This has I don't know where the red nether brick or something like that, but it's redder than maybe from the mason. I don't know. But some cool materials to build. It's 2 columns of water on this one. One there, one there. Oh, don't want to... Snow? I mean, it's fitting for today. I don't need the snow. So two columns of water. The drowned spawn and float up all the way to the top. And then there's current on each of them that push them to this middle. And the middle drops down. And they channel and drop here so that we can kill drowns for tridents. And then... Oh, Nate was out. Oh, maybe I was out. All right, so now I gotta remember how to get home. It's this way. I probably should just use a portal, but the sun's coming up. It's a brand new day. You're starting to see some familiar looking stuff if you've seen any of my worlds. We got sugarcane and bamboo. We've got all of our farms with a little farm portal house. This is actually our base. And like I said, this is the one where people who didn't know or who know me well would say, you never build a base. This is one of those where we just came on our first day, cut into a jungle side cliff, and made some stairs that the monsters couldn't jump across. And it served us so well, we just hung out here. We got banners. We got all of our... Skash. You guys know Skash. Hyric. Odium. Seen him in a while. Marvin. These were from the Douglas Adams Hitchhiker's Guide, right? We had to have our Daisy Bell the cow. PGG Blaster. That's the Pangalactic Gargle Blaster. The drink from the game. I talked about hanging clocks on the wall. We made some of these decorative urn things. This was our portal thing. We were getting into banners, making patterns, but check this out. So early, a lot of this is late game stuff, but early game, we're making our standard staircase on the way down, and biggest pain in the butt ever, we get about here, and it's all flooded. So I had to etch down through this flooded out cavern, and I assume I have Res Plus on here. My wings are kind of torn up. I assume I have other wings. Respiration 3 we do have, so we can swim around in here. But I have just this amazing flooded cavern that I did lighting in and all that, glassed in the staircase. Now it storms. Oh, I'm under. Don't go under the stairs. How do I get back in? Down here. No? Yes. Here. So, more of the cave. And then we got below it, finally. And we had our wart farm. Oh, this is the nameless parrot for, what's her? Emily's. Emily in Stardew Valley, right? In respect of the parrot, she didn't give it a name. So that's Emily's parrot from Stardew. Got our portal, got our cookers all automated and set up there. Our storage, lots of stuff. There were these awesome caves. I'm not gonna play in it, but it's good to have a tour, and especially I forget some of our long-standing friends here haven't seen a deep Minecraft world. Of course, we took years off, right? We were doing Stardew and Lotro and Starfield, and we did a bit of Witcher. We did a bit these caves, right? I'm just discovering these as we went. We had to go through and light these all up, but we were connected to this just amazing cave system. And eventually, I think we found abandoned mines and all that, but our first find in here was a skelly farm that we did up in the black tinted glass, so no light can get through, but we can get close. Did I have to go? I think I have to be up there to trigger it. Hope this isn't effectively broken. There we go. So this is where we could do some starts and stops and just chill out. They'll kind of plinko each other and fall down into the water. Yeah, they're just hanging on the edge. It was never super efficient, but it was an early game XP. And then, of course, with the creeper farm and all that, once we started building real farms, we didn't have to worry. I'd have to re-explore I'm sure we had other stuff, but what we should do is use one of these portals to. Also, this is where slimes were showing up, so I slime farmed down here. Oh, I haven't even shown the main overworld thing yet. I don't know if I labeled any of these portals. We have to trial by error. There's got to be one for the end fortress. I have no idea where that is relative to any of this. Man, thanks for even asking and getting me back to it. So, this is our nether. I think this was our first portal. This should take us back to our base. What? Maybe there was a trick with some of these. I don't know. This one was still the first one we came through, or maybe that new behavior is just a new symptom, and we're seeing it again here. But this is where that portal, our very first portal in the Nether, plopped us right into the middle of the fortress. So all I had to do was block this off so that hoglins couldn't come in. We slabbed it all so I wouldn't die. And then I had immediate access to our first nether fortress, so I could get squared away with all those things. And fortunately, I didn't go hang out with a crew of withers or any of the rest of it. I just kind of did. So we've seen these two basically. This is the farm, I think. Oh no, this is upstairs. So there's downstairs, upstairs. Then this other one is the farm. Because we got sick of running back and forth to our farm all the time. Nope. Where's the farm? How did I lose the farm portal? We'll come back to that one. That is important. I guess maybe the farm was this way? Okay, yeah, this is probably the farm. I mean, we got portals going everywhere. I apologize. It's been a couple years. I don't know where everything links up to. Nope. This is the tree farm. Inactive at the moment. But we can put spruce on there, chop them all down, let the water carry them in and collect. And it is nighttime, so even though we've got all our nethery stuff, I really like to fly through some of that. Let's go. Can't sleep here. That would be a colossally stupid way to do things. We had this little exit out into when we wanted to go out in the nether, but kept everything safe. Alright, so this was upstairs in the house? The hole in the wall? So all you guys that are always, hey, what's going on? Why aren't you building a big house? You start like this, and you get a little lucky along the way, and you're all good. Alright, so remember those portals that we popped in and out of, the tree farm and the... Oh, I was going to look for extra wings. God, I don't even... We dyed horse armor. I don't know. I have no idea where any of my gear or anything is. Did I move it down here? Just random stuff. We got all kinds of... these are ancient city goodies, right? I think that might have been the last thing we were working on. And I don't know where our ancient city access was. All right, this is kind of dumb. Potions, flight. Did we notice other wings? I'm sure I had multiple pairs of wings. Yeah, here we go. This is. We've come back here twice to just check in on things, and oh god. Can you tell I'm not used to all these enchanted tools? Jeez, like a menace. All right. Anyway, there's that. We won't use these up too much. Try not to get stuck in the vines. All right. So again, our standard farms, but a little smaller than normal. Anyway, we played a big part of this world because we spawned over here. Oh god, this world is so good. We spawned, maybe not on that mountain. Might have been that mountain, or it might have been the next one over. No, it was this one. So we spawned somewhere on the side of this mountain. Another good testament to give your world a chance, even if it doesn't appear like it's the best spawn ever. So we started here, kind of survived, and toured around, and I found that once we had a boat, we were in this inland sea of these just amazing mountains. Crazy peaks, big snowy ones, and there was this harbor that we never did build out, but this was kind of the spot like the last one that I was thinking, oh, we build something in this protected harbor surrounded by mountains, but it's naturally occurring. So good. But these, at first I was hating the world because I was like, I don't even have anything that I can scale with my boat. We toured all around here, but then we basically found a little river access here to get out to what I found was, all right, this is a place where we can make a base. We cut into the jungle and all that. But through all that and then exploring the sea out this way, I had never come back through the jungle on this side for a good long while of playing. As potentially after the Nether. I think we'd already done the stairs. We had diamonds and all that. But we took a long, long boat trip, kind of like some of the ones we've done in this world, and wound back through here. I kind of want to give you but we do have a tree farm right there. Area for trees that I filled with cherries. They were new in the course of this. I want to make sure I get far enough. So as you can see, this river kind of teases a connection, but you kind of gotta explore a ways, and we'd wandered all our little way around, and at some point I was boating back through here. I had no idea where I was, and I came up to this village and was like, oh, there's a village on a river. That's kind of cool. And it didn't quite connect through, and I don't know that we ever linked it. But we had this village. Sorry, spoiler. We built up. And then I got into this lake, and I found this village. I'm like, holy crap, those villages are right next to each other. That's pretty cool. And I already started speculating, like, maybe we could grow those together. Then, ignore that for a second. We boated through here, still exploring, and I found this village. And even as I'm finding this, I don't fully appreciate until we get around here and see this, that I'm on a river that backs up to the other side of my farm. And the farm was already all in and established. I'm like, I've had a village. There's my house. There's the closest village. And here I was battling it all the way through. So what let's see if I can still land. What I did, I don't remember exactly what order we put everything in. I expanded this village, and we talked about doing that after building the bridge. You can see where I got the idea. Because this same one, I had to cut through the middle of the village, but obviously I was going to link it up with my house. And that's our horse pasture up there. Yeah, we facilitated the villagers being able to get back and forth. And it was here that I trapped in some villagers, so that without having to do a big build, I could get my emerald count up, trade all my crops, and get started. And then I built this as a little trade house base. So this is what we portaled into. But yeah, just tried to keep building in the style of the area. Um, at first glance, you don't necessarily notice it's different than what's going on, but loved it. Hey, Martinez, how you doing? We're touring an old hardcore world that I sort of semi-retired, but I love this one too. We just lost the new world, so at about 1, I'm gonna restart and we're gonna do a new world. But Nate, and you may not know either. Nate was kind of like, dude, have you ever even beaten the dragon on a hardcore? I was like, dude. Yeah, I guess that's a fair question. Can I eat while flying? I know I can if I'm up high enough, but okay. I really don't want to crash and die or lose any of it. So then we had the lakes, and the idea here was kind of like Epcot Center or something like that, but was to basically fill in all the villages and make my builds all tied into this lake area. So we have a villager shopping mall, which I was using the filled-in treasure maps there as kind of a mural. Sometimes you see those on the backs of buildings. This is our villager breeder. So we got the seed villagers. They shoot up the water elevator and then pop out at the top. So I can put them on a train. And look at all this. Train goes. All right, let's not crash. Train goes around here. I don't know if I have any train cars. Didn't I have a... I guess I didn't have any kind of like a dispenser system. But what I did have was... See, I'm ruining it because some of you new people, you're gonna be like, oh, you're doing the same stuff. But for some of the farms, that's pretty essential. This is a cool one, and this is what I was talking about with the cacti. I actually have this set up so you can look all the way down. That goes to the bottom of the world. With cactus growing, getting broken, and then dumping down. And this is the downside. Still got original tea. Man, Martinez, I made the coolest building. Do yourself a favor at some point, when this is all done, check out the VOD at the end. I just finished my warehouse kind of base. I thought it was pretty cool. So all of that funnels down to a hopper here, drops in there, goes to here. Sorry, viewer, I don't remember your name if you're still watching. There was some switch configuration here where the experience always gets stuck in the cooker, right, in the furnace. And if you use the switch, you can turn it to manual or whatever, and pull all the XP of the cooked cactus. And we've got lots of spare cactus and lots of green dye. And again, I had a creeper farm, so why bother too much? And of course, ender chests everywhere, easy access to storage. I don't think we've done anything with the island here, so nothing too much to see there. This is where the rails came out, though. We kind of ended the line, and maybe that's why I didn't have any carts out. But the carts would bring the villagers and run them along this thing. If you haven't seen this, this is... oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. Help me, guys, if you know. Awesome YouTuber with incredible farms. This is the villager, Cured Villager Trading Farm. Oh, I'm so horrible. Oh my gosh. I will endeavor to put it in the comments. I might have a sign on here, so although probably not on this one. Done enough. The tops are just decorative, though. But basically, you got to build this structure so that the villagers can walk along a row of triggered trapdoors, effectively, that will drop them in and then continue to extend blocks over their heads so that the last one can get all the way down to the end of the thing. And underneath them, not that we can see it, but you can hear him, is a zombie. And it's tough to get the zombies in there, so I left one in case anything went haywire, which it often does. But we had all these villagers, and I think one of these masons, he sold that, but I thought we were getting that red brick from somewhere. Maybe I just had to craft it. But yeah, all of these guys are at full discount. Let's get this purple bed out again. Appreciate the tour. I haven't showed you the best parts yet. Come on, man. Well, actually, all these are great parts. And we're almost done. We got these 2 buildings left. The breeder, if anybody has questions about it, farmers in there with carrots that they can share in an extra bed that's inaccessible. It's got a water trap that only the baby villagers can fit in, and then the water pushes them over to the elevator that pops them up to the top. And as you can see, we've got all the villagers we could ever need. Whereas I've been doing it manually more, it's sometimes a little bit of a pain to get that going. Whatever. Just made this a nautical themed little mid-area spawner. And then this was one of our early builds. It was well before the mall. But we needed to get our librarians and get the books from them. So we made a condo. It was like the Good Life Condo Center or something like that. I don't know what the name of it was. Dewey for Dewey Decimal System, because we got librarians. And here we just had these 2 guys, and I think we bred them from here, and each time they went, we had all these beds available. But as I've said and kind of maintained since, you really don't need the discounts on the librarians. You don't need to buy that many books once your gear's all repairable and good. And they each got their own apartments. We were going to have a swimming pool barbecue area out here. Didn't quite get that one done. And then up at the top, we needed just a couple of premium penthouse apartments to get us our last ones. And I guess we didn't even need that one. We had enough. But, yeah. The plans, I know we were going to make something along here that was going to be a mason. Oh, we were going to do armor trim and the jugs, right? The archaeologist stuff, like a museum or something. And put those kind of along the river here, and we were going to continue to spawn more and more villagers as we went. But one of my absolute favorite memories of this world, and they're all coming back now, but one that I didn't even need to wonder about. While we were building this thing, we had a little work site set up. Familiar, right? And I had a mason's the stone cutter here, and after we'd bred up a bunch of villagers, there was a dude that would walk all the way over here every day to get to his job. He'd come be the mason at my job site, and then every night when he was done with his work, he'd wander back over for happy hour, and eventually that went wrong for him. He got but and we did a little bit of tweaking in this village to kind of get us going early. I think we even ended up with just a bed chamber back in the wall over there because we weren't getting enough. But yeah, we were spreading all these out, wanted to have vibrant communities and stuff like that. So that was in a much smaller scale and much more unified theme. I was thinking of having that kind of thing going up on our promontory. All right. As Nate said, I got to get some lunch. We've now just got a few minutes left. I hope you guys enjoyed. For anybody watching, I do very much encourage you to try hardcore. I think it's a ton of fun. Yeah, it sucked. I absolutely feel terrible losing a world like that, but just going back and visiting one that's still out there that I've kind kind of lost. I'm not in that flow anymore. The builds around that lake and everything, they just don't tie in, and I want to go. Had we not moved on to other games and stuff like that, and had it not just been a little burnt, we might have kept going more. But yeah, for many of you who have come in the last year or two, yeah, we've had some really vibrant long-term worlds, and I do enjoy some building here and there. It doesn't always mean our death, but Nate, to your earlier question, it kind of gets to the point where when you've got fully enchanted and you've got netherite, you get pretty close to invulnerable. Now, I don't know all the details of the trial chambers and all that kind of stuff, but you can pretty much do as you like and not have to worry. So, what order you go in to get to that with the Ender Dragon is a question, but there we go. All right. See you guys back here, hopefully very soon. If I'm a little bit behind that, I apologize. That was the tour. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye now.